Hey guys, this is Pedro back with another interview covering EPO Season 19. For this occasion, I have here with me Kylar of ENCE, who are, of course, one of the teams that will be taking part in said competition. So, Kylar, like I said before the start of the recording, thank you so much for taking the time. And yeah, just covering first and foremost your headspace, coming off of ENCE's many appearances in 2024 so far in various tournaments. How are you feeling as of now, before the start of appearing in EPL?
Hello, hello. Uh, how am I feeling? I'm feeling pretty good lately. Like I feel like I am in good shape. As a team, we are getting there. We are working up from this bit of a slump, I would say, uh, and we worked hard to like everything led before this led to this tournament. So we want to go at least to the playoffs and want to prove that the work we done is worth it.
As you said, a slump, and one thing that kind of speaks about the team's form. Of course, I'm looking at the Copenhagen Major. Not doing well at that event, finishing 22nd. I mean, of course, I'm gonna do the follow up obligatory. What do you think kind of went wrong for the team? At that experience, or what do you think kind of thing went right for the team? In that event from your point of view.
In the major, played against Brazilian teams all the time. They were surprising us, even though we kind of knew what will happen. We still got surprised. They were playing pretty aggressive, and we couldn't hit our shots when it mattered, and we just every time just kept going down because we expected more of ourselves, I would say. But now we try to get more composure and don't let things like this affect us.
Has there been any kind of lessons learned, from that experience, that you now put into use for everything after that event and now, up until this point?
Yes, I mean, the first tournament like Katowice, we were pretty fresh and everything worked because also like people didn't know how we played, so it was easier for us. Then when we started to develop into our style more and going like ways of Kuben and play and developing more depth to our playbook and style, we kind of realized after the major that we need some adjustments. So we changed the roles a bit and gave some space to people and just changed our style a bit and try to go from there. We still trying new things and it's not near perfection still, but right now we are on a good way in practice at least from the last 2 weeks. So I think we learned a lot after all this time, and now it's time to make it up.
I understand that you can't reveal too much, of course, for obvious reasons, but how would you describe the team's current style, new style, as you've been saying at this moment in time, what's that style like, and how does that compare to the previous one?
Right now, I got more involved. Like I got more voice in team. Like I can take space and take more place and make some calls with Leif. Like everyone can do it, but it's mainly Leif and then me. So they let me work in on the map. I took some better positions where I can like work together with some people, so it's easier for everybody because I'm like more communicative than we had before. So it's like more the most important thing is that people got realized what they are comfortable in right now, and we tried to switch it up, and now it's like this. Like we play more complicated, or we try to play more complicated Counter-Strike, because before it was simple, because it was our beginnings and it was working on Katowice, so we kept playing, but we realized it's not that easy, so we had to change it to a bit more spread and taking individual decisions, not only the late calling everything, you know.
As you've been saying, working with Clay, I want to now touch upon that thing. It's been a few months now since Clay joined this ENCE team. Before you guys did, and I just want to know how has that process been like. How has that dynamic evolved, playing with him and just learning from him, and then yourself, playing under him, just having a much bigger voice, as you've been saying, in this team than before. How has that kind of progression uh, evolved with him as the IGO?
Uh, I had pretty good relation with Clay from the start. Uh, he is like my older brother because he is like he have even the same settings in the game, and we do a lot of stuff very similar. We work hard. We like to watch games, and we talk a lot together about it. So we spend a lot of time. So like, I think it's the easiest for me to work with him. So I have more understanding what he wants also, and what I like, and how I understand the game. And I'm working really hard right now to just make sure that we have what we need and on my position, so Lucas can also focus a bit more on himself, and everybody need to understand their roles. So it's like not only two people still calling, but if everybody knows what will happen and how we react, and everybody can call and take good decisions, then we will develop more and we will be consistent and better, because that's how we play Contest-Strike nowadays.
Yeah, of course. And now, comparing, from your previous appearance in the EPO, back then when you were a part of 99, and now yourself, comparing yourself from that time to now, as you now begin competing in another EPL, what would you say was the one thing that kind of changed the most for you? On top of the things that you've been talking about so far in this conversation, if there's one thing that kind of changed the most for you yourself as an individual, both in or outside of the game, what would that be and why?
For me, individually, changed, like we got performance coach. Like I was working a lot with him, like working out, some mental work, breath work and stuff that helped me to fight with the stress and control it. I think it's the biggest difference for me, because before it was pretty shaky. Sometimes I didn't feel well while before playing. Right now I'm pretty confident in my routines and stuff that I did, so I like more organized everything right now, and it really helps me.
And that's it. Now looking over to the team's position in EPL, I mean, what are your expectations for this team in this event, and just your goals as well?
Uh, I think our goal is like going to playoffs, advancing from groups. Uh, we don't we I think people don't expect much of us because of latest results. So we don't have much pressure, and we are like underdogs, I'd say. So we like it, and as I said, I'd like to show the best version of us. I know we can still make mistakes, but just advancing from groups is the goal number one. Then we can take it from there.